that happen? Why do people earn good, decent income and they still feel broke? Okay, let us address that today. How are you all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let us address that because that's going to help you. Until I figured that out, it was difficult for me to build wealth. Okay, because if you are working hard and you're making the same money, but you are struggling with building wealth, these might just be the reason. So you want to know the reason why, okay? And that is what we want to talk about today. And I just turned on the music for us. I know we have some people that just love the music. So we're talking about why do our earners, why are they broke, okay? Why are they broke? Yeah, why are they broke? Why are they broke? That's what we're talking about so that you can learn this and achieve. Yes, let me know where you're connecting from. Hello, Jeff, you just joined. Welcome. How are you doing? It's Monday and it's already, you spent how many hours of your day working right now? Yes, awesome. Great, 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 great. Yeah, so let's invite our friends. Let's share. Let's share. And we start. The reason why I always say share is because I don't want a situation where we start and then we have to keep going back. Okay? So making good money, like decent money. Let me put this here. Making decent money, okay? But still, you're not still building wealth. That's what we are talking about today, right? You are making this F and F. Welcome, Doctor. How are you, Dollar Tree? Welcome, and every other person. We have both the YouTube and the Instagram, the YouTube and the TikTok community today. So welcome, welcome here. And we keep showing up. Happy Monday. We're super excited to be at work today. I am, well, I'm not saying exactly, but I am. It's just been a busy day. So welcome, welcome here. Welcome. Let's share the live. Queen, welcome. And every other person here. FNF, welcome. Welcome. So if you probably would have heard this. I'm making good money, but it still feels that I'm not building wealth because they're two different things. Making money through a paycheck is different from building wealth. And let's talk about it today. Let us talk about it. What is that thing that's holding people? Despite the fact that you make a six-figure salary or even about, a decent income, but you still feel very, very stuck when it comes to money. And when I mean this, it basically means that you get your paycheck, but yes, you use it to pay bills. But guess what? What happens after? That's it. You take that money and you cannot pay your bills the next month if this income is not there, right? That is what it simply means, okay? So we're going to be talking about salary versus assets. What's the difference? We will talk about lifestyle inflation. We'll talk about the wealth order most professional miss, right? And we'll talk about the system wealthy people follow so that you can reapply. Okay, my YouTube community, thank you all for joining and subscribe. This is about wealth building. This is about, what are the strategies you need to use to build wealth the right way, okay? Because that is, if you understand that, you realize that you would not struggle with money anymore, depending on your income, because you understand the difference between salary and asset. You understand the difference between, you understand what lifestyle inflation is all about. Jesus is enough. How are you? Welcome, welcome here. And everyone coming through. So you understand. So if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing because these are free resources that are out there that would help you, right? This is just going to change. This might just change your story. It might just change your financial story, okay? These might change. It's changing lives every single day because it just doesn't. I believe that everybody wants to do more with their life, right? Not just work and pay bills, okay? We all want to do something better with our life, okay? And this is what this is all about, okay? So, but if you keep working and you're just paying bills, what that means is that you're just funding depreciating lifestyle liabilities, DLL. But what changes it is appreciating cash flowing assets, ACA. Two different, these two things, depending, you're getting the same paycheck. If one person is using it towards DLL and the other person is heavily focused on ACA, what you realize is that one person can decide to say, you know what, I'm stepping off the hamster wheel. I am working because I want to work, and brag to you that I'm working because I want to work, not because I'm working to pay bills, right? Working to pay bills is that hamster wheel, 9 to 5, rat race, working to 65. I don't have a problem with you working to 65. It's what you so desire, but just do it because you want to do it, not because you are forced to do it to pay bills. I did see a video of a man at 67 and his wife as well at 65, still waking up at 5 o'clock after retirement, and they were still having to work because they have to pay bills. They have to still take care of themselves. I don't want that to be our story. I want it to be like, okay, we make a difference. So you're making good money, but you're still not building wealth. By the way, it is not your fault. It's because we were taught how to get that salary, how to earn, right? That skills that you have. You're a medical doctor, you're a lawyer, you're an IT specialist, you're a teacher, whatever profession you were taught in school, 4 years, 12 years, whatever how many years, but nobody taught you how to actually build wealth. Okay, so what you were taught is this: you were taught to be a poor dad, not to be a rich dad. Okay, yeah, I love this book a lot. It teaches you about wealth building, how to start it, and all of that. It's just your personal finance. So today, salary versus asset, what is the difference? Lifestyle inflation, what does this mean? Because that is the killer or that's what keeps you stuck. That's one of the major things the wealth orders most professional miss, and of course the system the wealthy people follow, so that you can reapply shamelessly. You can't do the same thing and get a different result. At least you will get closer. So subscribe if you haven't, follow if you haven't, and let us dive right into it. Let's keep tapping out the life, okay? Let's keep tapping out the life, and let's share it with our friends. Don't be the only one that want to enjoy this. Press the forehead, in the screen. Just press it, and your contacts will come, and you would be able to share with everyone within your group. Lazy mom, welcome back. FNF. Let's keep tapping out the light. Just touch. And you might be wondering on the YouTube side, you're wondering, so what does this mean? Tap. That's because we have the TikTok side. But keep sharing as well on your own side, and subscribe if you haven't. So the exact order to build wealth is this. Most of the time, people just rush into it and just like, okay, you know what? I want to earn, I want to do this, and people just start doing that, right? But today, this is like the framework. You build a wealth order. You have the right order of wealth. You build wealth. Mahe, welcome. Let me know where you're connecting from. So if you've met someone that says, I make good money, but I still feel stuck. They have good salary. They have good career. It might just be you. So they're welcome. Obioma, welcome. It might be you. It might be, maybe your friend that, he's making 500,000. He's making 100,000. But how come you still feel financially stuck? Yes, it's very, very, it's not just you. A lot of people fall in this category. So, yet wealth still feels far away, okay? Let's explain what happens and how we can get to fix it. Because a lot of times, your paycheck is just one stream of income. And I'm not saying go get multiple streams of income and start overworking yourself. That's not what I'm saying, right? One stream of income equals one job, right? You have worked how many hours today? This is 12:56 Central Time. It means that you have worked 5 hours and you have traded your life for money, traded time for money, and somebody is going to give you money by the 31st, or you've already gotten your money, your paycheck last Thursday or Friday, which is absolutely amazing. However, what you do with it is what spots me. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, now, you as somebody that is earning paycheck, right? If you just follow the system, the rule that we were taught, which is take the money and use it to fund your lifestyle, use it to pay the bills, okay? What you realize is that you will just remain on that that pay stop cycle. And that is one of the reasons why you feel stuck, because you were taught, just use it to pay bills. That's it. Use it to fund your lifestyle, okay? But the wealthy and the smart people, when you want to build wealth, it follows a different rule. If you're welcome here, Forever Young, and let's keep tapping out the life. Let's keep tapping out the life. Let's share the life. Let us share the life, okay? Awesome. So it's basically you have your income first, Then you put it towards, you use some of it for your lifestyle, depreciating lifestyle liabilities. You put some of them towards cash flowing asset, appreciating asset, and then it gives you cash flow. Like you said, it gives you cash flow. The other one is, depreciating liabilities, right? This one gives you cash flow, okay? And then once you have the cash flow, you have the freedom. That's what the world gets to do, okay? But the normal average people, middle class, do the direct opposite. They just take the money, they use it to fund the lifestyle. That's all that they do. And it ends there. Then they're back on the race again. Tomorrow, they do the same thing. The next one, they do the same thing. And they do it till 65. They do it for 40 years, right? But to step off that, you follow that step that I talked about: income to assets, cash flow to freedom. That's how you gain your freedom. You want your freedom, that's your freedom chart right there, okay? The other thing is the three reasons why our earners feel broke. The three main reasons, okay, is number one is lifestyle inflation, lifestyle creep. So you get your paycheck, you get a pay raise, or you get a bonus, or you change your job, your income increases, so does your lifestyle increase. No, it shouldn't be so. That's one of the main reasons why I earners, especially six-figure salary earners, when you are still under that six figure, you like always think that, oh, you know what, you have not arrived. I still need to live below my incomes, because I've not, and most of the time you see a lot of people that are earning below six figures, like, they get to retirement and they call them the retirement millionaires, right? Because they live beneath maybe they earn $60,000. They will spend $30,000, live and save 30,000, because they understand that, you know what, I don't have much, so I have to save and then invest. That's what they do. But whenever you cross the six figure, or you get into the six figure, you get to that 100,000, all of a sudden you feel that, okay, you know what, I can afford everything. And if you're not careful, this is where people get really stuck. And somebody below 100,000 gets to be wealthier than somebody that's earning over 100,000. That six figure, okay? Because the lifestyle inflation suddenly comes. How does it feel? All of a sudden, you get that six-figure job, but what happens? All of a sudden, you get all of the cards, the card company, all of them are telling you, come and get a card. Can we just keep tapping out the life? Can we tap out the life? Because I know we are all locked in lazy mom, F&F, motivational. Can we tap out the life? It's just touching the screen. Can we do that? Can we do that as we are talking about, reason number one? Can we tap that? Can we tap that? Let's do that. It costs you nothing. Thank you so much. Let's keep tapping. If you can get it to 10,000 today, that would be great. Let's keep tapping. Or, it's just your hands working. That's it. The reason why I asked for this is it just helps many people, because the algorithm will identify this place, and it will send people from the FYP. The more people that we have here, the more people we can help. It's just you also giving back to the society. It's almost just the same way right now. I'm not paid doing this, but I'm just sharing my knowledge. If you also want to give back, that's just a little way. It costs you nothing. Just tap the screen non-stop. It's just, I do that in people's life, and it just helps the algorithm identify this place as the, make it more popular, and people will get to come here. So F&F, Lazy Mom, and every other person coming through, let's keep tapping out the life. Let's keep tapping out the life. Thank you so much. Let's keep tapping out the life. Really, really appreciate that. So I know we are all locked in. Whenever we're talking, everybody's locked in, taking notes. So I understand that, really appreciate that. But then let us not be the only one enjoying this. Let us invite other people to come enjoy this as well. Okay? That's what it does. Let's keep tapping. Can we get it to 1,000? Can we get it to 1,000, please? Can we get it to 1,000 taps? And okay, so it increases, increases your income increases, and then people get to, at the same time, your spending also increases, right? That's what happens. Your spending also increases. It's almost like You get your income, it's more like a bigger salary. You get a bigger salary. What happens next? You get a bigger house. All of a sudden, you realize that, oh, you know what? This house is no longer befitting for us anymore, even though your size of the family is not bigger. But you all of a sudden think that, okay, you know what, now I need to get some more, get something that is way bigger, more fancier. Okay, thank you so much for the follow. How are you? We're talking about why our earners get broke today. Welcome here. And let's keep tapping out the live. Let's keep sharing. People are coming through. Let's keep sharing. Press the forehead, share, and it goes to, you get your contact, you invite them here. Let them come and learn. Enough of our high income earners. You are working so hard for your money. You're trading your time for money. You should know where the money goes, okay? And you should know where you should put it so that you can gain your freedom, right? Financial freedom is the goal. Wealth is on the side. Financial freedom, time is money. Financial freedom is the goal, okay? All right, bigger expenses. That's one of reason number one, which everybody typically knows about this. Lifestyle inflation, lifestyle creep. Everybody talks about this every single time. However, the second one that a lot of people don't even know it. They think that they are doing it right, okay? They just think they are doing it right, but in the real sense, they are not. They are making errors, okay? They are making a big mistake, even, because you can be going forward, but you can be in the wrong direction. If you are going in the wrong direction, even though you are moving forward, you are still not going to get to you are not going to get to your destination, right? It's just better to even stop where you are at and just keep going, So it's the other thing, the reason number two, which is one of the biggest mistake or the biggest reason why our earners are broke, is no asset strategy. No asset strategy. You make that income, you spend it. But then most professionals invest only in their savings account. And I'm sure a lot of people fall in this category. You have your money in Bank of America, right? Chase, Wells Fargo, right? Chase, Wells Fargo. How many of us have, I'm not saying it's bad, but how many of us, lazy mom, F&F, put in the comment section, and how much are you getting, right? What's the return you're getting on your savings account? 0.01 was what I was getting on Bank of America, right? A lot of these banks gives you 0.01%, or you don't even get anything. And on top of that, they will charge you 1 cent, okay? Okay, is 00, yes, 00. And by the way, with the 0.01% on a 10,000, it means that you get $1. $1. That's what you get for a whole 12 months, right? So, and guess what? Most professionals, I tell you, more than 80 middle class, 90% of middle class, right? They put their money inside this savings account, right? On top of that, they pay the monthly fees, admin fees, right? Thank you all for tapping out the live. Thank you for sharing the live, right? The second place that the middle class and the most professional put their money, they put it where? Retirement accounts, your 401k, right? Those are the two places. And once you do that, you think that, oh, you know what? I have arrived. I've done it well. Yes, you have done it well. But guess what? It's not going to help you build wealth. That's part of the reason why, you stay stuck. That's part of the reason why you are complaining about your money. Like, I don't know where my money is going. That's the part of the issue that you're having, because you're having your 401k. Who resonates with this? Who are before you met me, or, before now, you just feel that you have your savings account, you're putting money diligently. Yeah. Are you heartfelt? Subscribe if you haven't. Yeah. So, retirement account and your savings account, you think that, oh, you've done that, you call it a day, right? You've done that. By the way, that's what we were all taught in school. Make sure you have your 401k, make sure you save, right? That's who sounds like that. Go to school, get a good job, save, buy a house, and of course, make sure you fund your retirement account. That is a no asset strategy. That's part of the reason. That's what is keeping us stuck. Let's keep tapping out the life. I know we are locked in. Let's keep tapping out the life before we go. As I talk through this, before we go to reason number 3, can we get it to 1,000? It costs you nothing. Let's just keep tapping it out. Let's tap, tap, tap all the way. And that's for the TikTok community. Let's keep it. Cost you nothing. Awesome. So you just putting your money in savings account, okay, and you just put it in retirement account, that is a no. It's a no. Do not. That is not going to help you build wealth, and that's part of the reason why you stay stuck and you remain in the middle class, and you are not on the journey to the wealth building. You are not on the path to wealth building, okay. And whatever strategies I'm talking about, either you're in the US or you're outside of the United States, it is the wealth building mindset is or principle is the same thing across board. It might be slightly different, but it works across board. All right. So subscribe if you're not, and follow if you're not, and let's keep tapping out the life. So, but they don't build wealth. They just produce income. Okay. That's what it just, it doesn't even produce income. It just puts your money there. So if you put your money in a Bank of America, Chase, or Wells Fargo, you give you 0.01%, you get $1. You know what that means? Inflation is at 2.5 to 3%. It means that you have lost, in that year, you have lost close to like 3%. So think about it. In your $10,000, 3% of that is at $300, right? 10% is 1,000. 3% is $300. You have lost $300 in the year. But what did you get? You got 0.01%. So that is part of the reason why it feels that, okay, you know what, you're broke, because you are, instead of your money growing, you are losing money every single year, keeping money in the bank account and just having your retirement account. That's all that you have. Now, the third reason, okay, why we do not, you feel stuck or our earners are broke is wealth is just understand that you don't have a wealth system. No wealth system is another one. Let's keep tapping out the light before I talk through. Let's get this 1,000. Let's keep tapping. Let's tap. And can we power share one more time? Press the 4 on the screen and share with your contacts. Share with your the TikTok community. Let's do this. Press on the 4. Let's share with the contact. I don't want people to take us back, because now we are getting to the core things that's going to help you build wealth, that's going to change it. And I don't want people would say, okay, what's 1? What is 2? That I hear that every time. Can we keep tapping? Can we share the live? Can we tap? Can we share the live before I go on the third one? The third reason, right? F and F, lazy mom, MOK, .ty. Okay, think Jamaican American. Can we do that? Can we get it to 1,000? While I go to the reason number 3, and let's power share. Let's do that. Okay, and for people that are wondering what is tapping, just touch your screen. That's it. It doesn't cost you anything. Just keep touching your screen. Let's just, keep doing that. Junior, welcome. And if you can also share your contact, push the 4 and your contact is going to come up, and you'll be able to share with everybody within your contact list, and they would also come lenders. They will come lenders. Okay. So let's keep doing that. Awesome. Sylvia, welcome. We're talking about wealth building, why our earners get stuck, okay? And what are the ways? Oh, thank you so much for the daily admin. Can we just tap out the live? Tap it out. If we can get it to 5,000, let's start with 1,000, 2,000. Then we'll go to number 3. Reason number 3, okay? Reason number 1 is what? Reason number 1 is lifestyle inflation. Okay, Starboy, welcome. Reason number 2 is no asset strategy. That's reason number 2. Reason number 3 is what we want to talk about. Let's talk about, once we get to 1,000, we would talk about reason number 3. Why the earners, why they're broke. Sylvie, you are accepting. You want to come up? Yeah, although we're not coming up today, but if you have any question, I'll bring you up, but that's okay. Yeah, but we're talking about why our earners, why Why are earners? Why they stay stuck? Let's share the life. Let's keep tapping it out. Let's keep tapping it out. And then we'll talk about reason number 3. Reason number 3 is no wealth system. No wealth system is reason number 3. So what does this mean? Understand that wealth is not random. Wealth is not intentional. Wealth is not that your paycheck. Even if you're earning 500,000, that's not wealth, right? So far something requires your person to be there to make money, you are not building wealth that way. You have to, it means that if you are not there, you can't make that money. It means that if that income, if that job is not there, you cannot make money, right? That's what it means. So no wealth system, right? It's not you are not building anything if you do not, you are not basically focused on being intentional about building wealth. Okay, now wealth isn't random. It follows a sequence, which is what I described earlier, which is the wealthy, the multimillionaires and the billionaires. What they follow: number 1 is your income. That's why I always say that do not despise your income. Never despise your paycheck. You hear people say, oh, go start a business, go do this, go, your 9 to 5 is bad, is this. No. Whenever I just talk about that, it means I just talk about it from the perspective is, whatever you are doing with that income, whenever you trade your life, it's your life that you trade for money. This is 1:14 p.m. Central Time, right? Central Time in the Texas, United States. 1:14 p.m. You means that you have spent 5 hours, 14 minutes of your life and you have traded it for money if you started work at 8 a.m. this morning. That's what it means. You have traded that your life. Today is the 30th of March, right? 2026. You can never get that back again. You traded it. Instead of you being on one island enjoying it with your family or enjoying it for yourself, you decided to get money in return for it, which is good. However, what really happens is the wealth sequence is this: you get that income, okay? And thank you for for tapping out all to 1,000. Let's keep tapping. Let's get it to 10,000. That would be great. Income, it starts with your income, right? Then it goes to your asset, right? If you let's put it this way: is this okay? You get your income. This is your paycheck. A lot of time people just take the paycheck, and then when they get the paycheck, what do? They just use everything and use it towards lifestyle depreciating lifestyle assets. They take the salary and they use it towards the purse, the house, the car. That's what the bills. That's what they use it for. Everything equal each other. Done. That's what they do. Then it's next month. Sylvie, can you mute yourself? Let me mute you here. Okay. They basically they take the income, then the expenses, and it's just in and out. And then to next month again, they do the same thing. Guess what? You just keep doing. That's what it's called hamster wheel. That's what it's called paycheck to paycheck, right? That's what we call 9 to 5. That's not even 9 to 5. That means you are working to 45 to 65, right? You are working till you die, basically. Basically that's what it is. But what should you do instead? You are taking some of this income, but guess what? You are not using everything. You use some of it to fund your lifestyle, right? But you also do it another way. You use it to fund this. You use it to fund, I call it my grade. Use it to fund assets. This is asset. This is lifestyle. This is your income, right? Remember, it's still the same income. A lot of people take the income, they just use it towards asset, they lock it up. No, but whenever you want to do it, you use some of it towards your lifestyle, you use some of it towards income and towards asset. Understand that this one is what goes down the drain, right? That's your food, your utilities, your car, all of those, your bills. It's just recurring expenses, right? That's what you use to fund your life. However, this is what you can use to pay, build wealth. This one right here, which is called asset, appreciating cash flowing asset. This grade is what is going to help you, because this is going to generate some money for you. When it generates money for you, then you can decide to say it generates money and then it funds this lifestyle, and then you can step away. if you like, you can, it becomes optional. This becomes optional because this is your salary. This is your asset. Asset gets to a certain point, it start creating cash flow, and the asset can now replace your income, your paycheck, yourself. Assets can now replace it, and you can still be funding your lifestyle. But guess what? If you are just taking this income and you are just using it to fund lifestyle, and this is not in the midst, it just means that you keep working, right? You keep working for the rest of your life till 65 or even beyond. So you want to ensure that you have this green in the midst of this. So it means that this is your paycheck, your income, right? And that's the wealthy. That's how they do it. Good one, welcome. They take some of the money, they fund the lifestyle, but they take a lot of the money, they put it towards assets, and then that asset will now fund the lifestyle. They don't do it this way. If you put it on top of each other, you're going to continue paycheck to paycheck. If you put this in the midst, which is the green, which is the asset in the midst, then you end up at some point you take this one away, right? That is what is called financial freedom. Now it means you are free because you don't have to work to fund your lifestyle. Okay, so just think about it. I always like to bring things to, describe things so that it just makes it resonate, you understand, right? So this sequence is, right, number 3, like I said, is no wealth system. The high earners, they do not have the reason why they are broke is because they don't have a wealth system. They just take salary and they just fund lifestyle. Instead of having salary and then the salary, they use it towards assets, then assets will give them what? It gives them cash flow. That cash flow, they use it to fund the lifestyle. And that is how it works, okay? And that is how you get financial freedom. So, having said that, so what are those assets? Because understanding that this asset is very crucial. Asset is very crucial. So this green item is what is going to give you free financial freedom, and it's called assets. Assets are anything that's going to generate income for you. Liabilities, on the other side, are something that is going to take something from you. So like a car, you use the car, except you are using it for business, that's a different thing. But your regular private car that you use, remember, you pay for it. You pay for it every month. You still do servicing. You take it to the dealership, they charge you money. But guess what? That car that you bought $80,000 or $50,000, what happens to it? After 5 years, after 3 years, what happens to it? It depreciates in value. But if you use the same money and you put it towards assets, something that generates money, you put it in maybe like an ETF, or you put it in a stock, it appreciates, it gives you something, it returns money for you. Or you put it in real estate, or you put it in a business. That is how wealth is generated. And then it generates money for you, okay? Right? That gives you cash flow. That cash flow, you can now you use it to fund your lifestyle. So where should your money go to do it the right way, right? Okay? Because to do it the right way, where should your money go? ETF, okay? Those are assets. This green item, you have ETFs, we have real estate, we have businesses, and some form of tax strategies that are linked to that business or to that real estate or to that ETFs. Those are things that will create wealth. So think about it now. This single thing that we call asset can generate 4 paychecks for you. Instead of you just getting one income, which is one paycheck, it can generate multiple. It means that you have created a minion of yourself. It doesn't need you to be there, but it's generating money. Think about you right now. You have worked 5 hours or 6 hours today, right? 6 hours, traded your life for money. But think about it. You don't have to trade your life for money. You are sleeping on your bed, or you are on one island, but money is still coming in. That is how wealth is built. And that's one of the things, because this is not in the midst, this asset is not in the midst. That's part of the reason why the high earners stay broke. Okay? So what are these assets? 1, ETFs. What are ETFs? ETFs is basically baskets of stocks or shares of company or investments in company. What are shares or what are stocks? Stocks are investment in a particular company. So think about it. Just like I'll keep it simple, like ABC 1, 2, 3 is You own, you like Amazon, or you take Starbucks, okay? Costco is another, or you like a particular store, or Coca-Cola. Everybody likes soda. So, I mean, so many people like soda, right? Because they like soda, right? You can say that, okay, this soda that I like, I can decide to say that I want to invest in Coca-Cola bottling company or Coca-Cola company. So I own a part of it, and I don't need so much. I don't need to, it's worth billions of dollars, right? But with my $100, I can still buy this, I can still invest in Coca-Cola. So instead of me being a consumer, right, I am no longer a consumer. I am also an owner of this company. Ify, thank you so much for the daily at me, okay? And thank you all for the likes. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's tap it all the way to 5,000 and 10,000, guys. Let's do that. Let's do that. And if you can share, press your forehead and share with people, your friends in your contact, forehead in my screen, okay? And share so that they can come and learn this. Let's not be selfish. Let us share with others, just the same way I'm sharing. F and F, Rufy, Jewel, Silvers, Lazy Mom. I still like that name. Is this slim? And just make life easy. Do STY. Good one. I love it. I love it. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's share the live. If let's share. Hello, everyone. Hi, Ify. Welcome here. Awesome. So ETF is just like you owning a part of this company, right? You own a part of Coca-Cola as a company, and you buy a unit of it. So I want us to change. This is mindset shift. Everything that you like in terms of investing, everything that you like, for people that like individual stocks, instead of you, for every unit that you buy in that company, also put some of it to buy their stocks. So you like Apple, right? You like iPhone. Buy Apple stock instead of you saying that you want to upgrade every year. The money you want to use to do that upgrade, take that money and buy a unit of Apple or a fractional unit of Apple. Okay, so just on the side note, but you can actually own, you investing in a company with whatever amount that's a way for you to actually invest. That is what is called a share. You're getting you are taking a share of that company, using your money to get ownership, a share, a little portion of it. That's what shares is, and that is what stocks is, right? Now, ETF on the other hand, think about it as now multiple units of that shares of different companies. So you like Coca-Cola, but you also buy things on Amazon. But at the same time, you have Starbucks, right? You like, because you're a coffee drinker, you go there but at the same time, you also like Coca-Cola. You like Apple, right? You buy in Costco, Walmart, all of those. You want to okay, how do I invest in all of this? But I only have $100. You now buy a basket of ETF. That's what you buy. You buy a basket of it. Like an S&P, instead of just buying the product, we buy the stock too. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yes, exactly. It changes you from being a consumer to being an owner. And trust me, ownership is what builds wealth, right? Being an owner is what builds wealth. Earning will not make you wealthy. Consumer, you will not make you become wealthy. But being an owner is just always remember that. How can I own? How can I own? Think about that. Always think about that. So thank you so much for that, Rufy Jewel. Thank you. That was very, very spot on. Very, very spot on. And I don't know how to pin anymore. All right. You wouldn't even allow me pin. Okay. So having said that, while we keep tapping out the life and sharing the life, so ETF is just a basket of that. How can we welcome? It's like you buying so many of that inside that inside your $100, $100,000. Instead of you picking each of those companies and stressing yourself over it, just buy the top. You can buy all of it in one basket. ETF. That's what it's called, exchange traded funds. So if you go and you're wondering, so how do I buy this? Just go and open your brokerage account. A brokerage account like a Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab's, Robinhood, Ameritrade if you're in Canada, World Simple. If you're in the UK, trading 212, or in the rest of the Europe, trading 21. If you're in Africa, like a Bamboo, Stanbic IBTC, just think about or go on Google and simply brokerage firms, right? That's what you need, the top brokerage firms, and just make sure that you open any of those accounts. Now, S&P 500, right? You put, the ETF, exchange traded funds. So instead of you picking, somebody has done the job. All this brokerage firm has done the job. They have put things, stocks or shares in a basket, right? They are put it in there, and they are charging you a little bit of fees to balance it, to say, okay, you know what? We should have more of this here. We should have more of this here. We should have more of this. And it's like maybe very, very minute fees. Very, very 0.03%. It's nothing compared to the managed account. Nothing compared, because you are spreading it across. They are giving you, it's like custom. Okay, you're too. Yes, Joseph, thank you so much. Joseph, welcome here. And thank you for sharing life. Thank you all for tapping out. The Dimeji, welcome, and everyone here. Thank you. Rufy Jewel, F&F, Selfie, Lazy Mom, Dots, Good One, Dimeji. Nikki, Boo, welcome. So yeah, let's tap out the live. Let's share. And we have a lot of people here, so we should be able to get it to 10,000. We're just tapping. It doesn't cost you anything. Just tap as you're listening. I know we are all locked in. And do not be selfish. Press the screen for my forehead and share with your contacts. Let them come in here. Let them come and learn, right? I'm giving this for free. The best you can give. I always say, I always like to add value. If you are like me, you like to add value, bless others. It doesn't cost you $1. Nothing costs you anything. All it costs you is tapping your fingers and pushing the forehead and sharing the screen. Why I say this is because it gets up to the FYP. And when you get to FYP, more people flows in and more people come to learn. That's what this is all about. And that's why you see me streaming on YouTube at the same time and streaming on TikTok. And because I want to be able to get as many information. Remember, we were not taught this in school, and they're still not in the school curriculum till now, which begs the question. And there's a reason, right? Because if everybody becomes a millionaire, right, like the $1 million lead community that we are building, who is going to do the 9 to 5? Who's going to do the dirty job? Okay? Because you already know how to build well. You know it. Who is going to do the dirty job? Okay? Nobody's going to be there for the 9 to 5. That's the reason. Pop House, welcome, and every other person. So let's keep tapping out the live. And for those that want to do, you can do Go Popular. If you have Go Popular, it costs 1 cent. Okay? It just makes this place popular. We get on the FYP. More people can come learn. Go Popular, you see it down there. It's called Popular or something. And it just makes it popular. Hey, Pump House, welcome. Let's keep tapping out the live. Before I go to real estate and the type of ETF, let's tap it out. Let's keep tapping. Let's tap it out. Let's tap it out. Let's do that. Yes, let's do that. I did so if you want me to put one in the comment section, if you want me to continue tell you which of the ETFs should you buy. You want to know which ETFs should you buy, understanding that it's basket of ETFs, right? You want to know which ETF should you buy. Put one in the comments. Okay, great. Silver said one. Who else? Who wants to know? And let us tap out the live. If you can tap it out to 5,000, right? Put one in the chat. F&F, Rufy, Ify, Sylvie, Ifine. Did you open the account, Ifine? Did you open the account? Lazy Mom, Dimeji, Nikki Bo, Dotsy. Yeah. Who else wants to know which ETF? I think it's just one person that wants to know. Any other person wants to know. And let's tap out the live to 5,000. Let's tap it out. Let's tap it out to 5,000 and let's share. Can we power share one more time and, press the forehead. Let's share and let us tap out the live. Before I go into the, which of the, there's one more that I was just thinking that we need to add to the group. One more, for the people that have been here. Any other person that wants to know, everything is going down. Yes, everybody wants to know why is it going down, right? If it's going down for me, do you know the way I'm saying it? It's a shopping, is it called Black Friday? So I'm just basically dollar cost average. No, I did not, but we'll try again when I I'm off work. I'll go to the mid Florida here to get more info. Okay, great. Yeah, so it's the buy time. Sylvie, you got it right. It's the buy time. The only thing is that I'm not going to put lump sum, right? I'm not going to put all my money. So if I have 10,000, I want to invest or 1,000, I'm not going to put it. I'm going to be putting it like buy like $100, and watch it, because we don't know when it. And I hope we know the reason why it's going down, right? It's because of what is happening in the Middle East, right? With Iran, okay? That's why, okay, pump outside one. Iran, let's keep tapping that. Let's get it to 5,000, then we'll go and I will tell you more. Let's tap to 5,000. Let's tap to 5,000, right? So, Iran, with what is happening in the Middle East, it's impacting the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is where the oil, whatever, all the shipping and whatever for oil, where it passes through. Okay? Because that place or there's an unrest there. Because of that, it's the reason why everything is a mess. And you see, that's why you see the stock market is going down. But guess what? Even within the S&P 500, like an XXOM, like Exxon is going up. It's actually gone up, I think, like 40% when everything is going down, right? That's the beauty of ETF versus individual stock, because it just helps to uplift. Like some people bought ETF. I bought ETF or for my holistic welcome. Some people bought ETF for. I bought 630. I bought 620. I bought 325. So, but now that it's 585, the last time that I checked it, I am still buying. I'm just looking because I've been praying for this time. April 8th last year, the market was at the low of the low. Remember COVID? Whoever thought that what was going to happen? COVID was at the worst. COVID market was at the worst March 2020. Another time that was very terrible was April 8th. Which was April 8th, when Mr. Donald brought about the tariff, the China tariff. So whenever events like this, but guess what? The market still came out, even though with April 8th, market being at the worst at April 8th last 2025, there's Liberation Day. April, last year, April 8th, it went down. Guess what? The people, let's even say you stayed and you were buying, S&P 500 still finished at 18% in returns. 18 good percent, even though it was at the worst. So now imagine people that bought on that April 8th or around that, they would have made like 30%, 35%. Now is, people would say, to be honest, I stopped buying and watching how much that it will go. Well, yeah, you can do that, but at the same time, just the same way it happened with the, with the tariff, right? We all thought that, it's going to stay for so long, right? I was also on that table. It's going to stay, they're not going to bend. The China and US will not come on the table. There was a trade war. It's going to, but guess what? Within 1 week, what happened? Everything jumped up, and it even went higher than it was before. So what I'm doing, because I don't want to miss out as well, is I am just basically buying it at, if let's say I have 1,000, I'll buy $50 today, buy $50, buy, like that, spread it like dollar cost average. So even if it goes down further, I will still buy further. Even if it goes further, yes, dollar cost average, and exactly, I will go further, because for all you care, they can both, the US and Iran can come to the table today and say that it has ended. The war ends today. You know what's going to happen the next minute? The market is going to skyrocket higher than where it started. That's it. So don't just, because you cannot pick and choose. You are not the president of the two countries. So you cannot. So for me not to miss out, and I'm just talking about I'll buy it in little, small amount every single day. So if it goes down further tomorrow, I will buy again. If I see that they're about to end it, I'll quickly buy. Yeah, because right now VIX, which is tracking the fear in the market, it went all the way to 30%. All the way to 30%. As of April 8th, it went to 35% last year. So it seems that We are getting right there. I'm just telling you my own strategies, just dollar cost average. Don't wait and say that, oh, you're waiting till it, because you are not the person. As we are speaking right now, they're probably on the table discussing. And the people that know it, that have this first-hand information, like all the big brokerage firms, they are buying immediately and the market is going to shoot up before, in short, it takes minutes before you even say anything. Jack Robinson. So get the one that you can get. You still know that you are getting it at a discount because it was 630. Some people still bought, I still bought at 628. So you are still way better at 585 or whatever with VOO. And just think about it. You are here for the long haul, right? It's long term. So remember, I bought that same VOO for 325. I bought it for 228. So at the end of the whole thing, you are still going to win, even if it's at 558, 585, because it's probably going to still get to 1,000 in 5, 7, 8 years. Yeah. Okay. You said you bought 628. So why not dollar cost average right now? You are seeing it at 585. It's just a psychological thing, right? It's very psychological. It just plays on your intelligence, and you need to trust me. A lot of people are selling right now, and you know what they call it? Dumb money. They call the money dumb money. It's the Wall Street, that's what they call it. So it's not even, yeah. Awesome. So ETF, and let's keep tapping that. We didn't tap it out. I know we are all locked in. Can we all tap it? Let's tap it out, guys. Let's do it till let's get to 5,000 and 10,000. I know when I'm talking, it's just people are locked in. Whenever it gets to money, Selvi, F&F, Rufy, Jewels, Ifine, Dimeji, Lazy Mom, Paco, Titi, Mayalistic. Let's tap out. Yeah, let's tap out. Thank you all. I know we have so many people here. Even if one person is tapping out 1,000, that is already 12,000. So there's no reason why we should not get to about 15,000 taps or 20,000 taps. Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you all for heavily tapping. So ETF, basket of funds. So the ones that we'll talk about here, S&P 500, the top 500 companies in the United States. So instead of you picking and choosing, just get top 500 companies. You can't go wrong with that. It returned 18% last year. Averagely, it's returned between 8 to 12%, right? You can buy the entire US market, which is the VTI. I don't talk about that much. VTI is another one. You can buy it, entire US market. What does that help you to do? Think about it. We were just talking about right now, XOM, right? We said everything is going down. That's what Pump Out said. Everything is going down, but guess what? Exxon has gone up by 40% or whatever. I hope you saw that. It's gone up by 40%. Guess what? A lot of people will be chasing Exxon now. That is up. But guess what? They do not know that it's linked to an event. If the war ends today, Exxon is going to come down. That's because the gas price, just because your gas price has gone up, right? So the thing about, instead of you picking and choosing, just buy a whole basket. Exxon is in that basket as well. I want to believe Exxon is there. So as things are going down, every other thing is going down. There are some things that are growing fast, still in that same portfolio. So it gives you, and that you're wondering what is the average. That's why it's giving the average of 8 to 12% averagely every single year for the past 30 years. There are times when it went down negative. That's why they call it average. But there's time that it went all the way to 32%, all the way. So averagely, it's being 8 to 12%. So it means that but remember here, we're building a $1 million league, right? That's a community, $1 million league. All right. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to be having a huge community where we are talking about your goal is $1 million in 10 years. Okay. So there is the long term that comes with this. Is about long term investing, not get rich quick scheme. No, I don't talk about that. Not get rich quick. You want to do day trading, penny stock, options trading. I don't do that, right? Never. I don't do that. I did that. I lost close to like $100,000. That's what I lost. My friend lost $50,000 to option Tesla trading in 1 week. So that's why I don't encourage that. These are strategies that you can learn. Use it to build wealth. This is what the multimillionaires and the billionaires, where they put their money, not options trading, not all those day trading. No, right? Things that are less risky, that will give you peace of mind. You don't lose your investment to it. right? It's there, and you cannot just, you don't just, not just for you, you can also teach. It's teachable. Like the way I can teach you right now, and I can confidently tell you that if you follow this step, you're going to become a millionaire by 2036, right? 2036, you get your 1 million. I did not say more, 2 million, right? I said 1 million. The same way I was able to say it, it's because it's like a blueprint. If you follow it, you would achieve it, right? And that's why I say you can't even say 100. You can't say, I would say that you need to get 6-figure salary, or you should need to work towards it, right? To be able to achieve it. You need to have this number of houses. You need to buy this. That's why I say that, okay? So this is ETF, like, you can buy VTI, the entire US market. And if I say is investing in also part of the part, oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. It's absolutely. I'm just even saying somebody that is a fresher. You just started a job now. You got a 6-figure salary. You would be able to achieve that. So far, you follow those steps, right? That's it. You follow those steps. You just started your job today as an, you started 6-figure salary. You should be able to use the same blueprint, okay? So definitely if you have income in Africa, that even makes it even further, because there are some rates there that you can actually put it in, and we will talk about this. That's why we're calling it a community. It's not something, it has to be tailored to individuals. So if you are part of that community, we'll talk about, okay, so what's your portfolio? You have portfolio in Africa. Okay, where is it? Is it just sitting there? Or what are you doing with it? I have investments that have times the investment 4 million naira is over 32 million in less than 10 years. By 212, how are you? Over 32 million in 10 years. Even in the United States, you probably don't get that. But it depends on the vehicle that you put in, right? You could get returns of 26, 28%, as of last year. Now it's about 20% with zero risk. Zero risk. Right? Those are the beautiful part of things so those are things that we'll talk in the community, but we cannot be, we're not going to be talking about that here, right? The community, just look forward to it. And of course, I think I might also give you the link to the training. The training is going to be April 11th for the real estate. I know everybody has been waiting for it. Yes, it's finally here. So we'll talk about that. So ETF, you can buy the entire US market. The entire US market. Thank you so much for the Go Popular. Go Popular really helps this community because you see more people on the FYP now. So if you can, just it costs you 1 coin, 1 cent. That's what it costs you. If you can, please do it. It's just you also paying forward and giving people back. Yeah. Because more people will come learn this, right? So having said that, and I've really talked a lot today. Okay, so real ETF, you can buy VTI, you can buy VOO. VTI is the entire US market, right? There's also the what's it called? The VOO, IVV, and what's it called? SPY, right? Those are S&P 500. There's SCHT for dividends, and there's QQQ, Nasdaq 100, and you can buy REIT as well. And by the way, guys, I also want to say that now is the time. You have been looking for buying opportunity. You have been looking for entry. The market is going down right now. It might still go down further if the war continues. Now is your time to enter, not when the market is really up. Now is your opportunity. Everything I've been teaching you, now is your time to execute. Don't come and ask me 3 months' time when the stock market has gone up again. Right? Don't ask me at that point, because I'll remind you of now. Everybody it's just a psychological thing. Everybody always say that. Like crypto, when crypto was 120,000, everybody was jumping on crypto, including Don Jazzy. But then now is at 75,000 or 85. I'm not saying go buy crypto. I'm just using it as a logic. At 75,000, nobody is buying. It's just a psychological thing. The stock market is down. Everybody's saying, oh, everything is going down. But now is your Black Friday. Don't just start buying small. So all those, you can establish your Now is your time to establish your portfolio, your standing, and just start buying. You have the money that been sitting on the side, start buying, even if it's $50 every day. You see that your lunch money, please don't use the lunch money now. And that coffee, $27. Start putting it every day and be buying it every day. Just say every day. Just buy today. Buy on $10 of or VOO. Tomorrow, buy $5 of QQQ. Buy another $5 of SCHD. Establish yourself now. This is an opportunity for you. Okay, I've said it. ETF. So those are ETF, basket of fun. And how do you open your account? Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab's, or Robinhood, or Ameritrade, anyone that you like. If you're in Canada, Wealth Simple. If you're in the UK, Trading 212. Okay, and if you are in Africa, Bamboo. Okay, you have Fidelity is great. Fidelity, I have Fidelity too. I have in short, I have many. I have Fidelity. I have I don't have Charles. I have Fidelity. I have Robinhood. I have JP Morgan. Right, that's Chase. Right, JP Morgan. I have Merrill Lynch. That's Bank of America. Yeah, and I have some other ones. Anyway, okay. Having said that, so that is how ETF is number one. Now let's go to the second one. Anybody has question on that before I move on? Anybody have question on ETF? Okay, anybody? Okay, if there's no question, let's keep tapping out. Let's tap it out. Okay, no. Okay, some no. Okay, great. Any other person? No. If you have question, put one. No question, put no in the comment, or put two. Awesome. Understood? One. Not understood? Two. All right. Okay, let's tap it out. Let's keep tapping out to, if you can, let's keep tapping out. Let's not forget. Okay, understood. Okay, great. Understood. So let's go to the next one. Pi 212 Silver, Ifine, F&F, Rufi, Dimedi Paco, L, Lazy Mom, Mayalistic, Nikki. Now, I know this, everybody's been waiting on real estate, right? Real estate is one thing that and I know most of us, except for people that are new here, real estate it pays you 4 different ways, and I'll run through it quickly. It pays you as cash flow. It gives you cash flow. It gives you equity. It gives you appreciation, and it gives you tax benefit. And that's how you build wealth, okay? This 4 paycheck is absolutely amazing. It's built me wealth, not to lie. I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. And I'll be showing, so be on the lookout. The training, and for people that want to learn, but you need to get education. You need to have down payment. You need to have education. And of course, you need to definitely build your credit, except you are paying cash. I know some people can buy theirs cash. We are going to be having, education, down payment. I can help you in terms of, giving you the strategies. How you real life top, welcome. How are you, Lori? Welcome. I can tell you how you can, down payment strategies. I can tell you how you can save money, right? Take some of your income and save it, extra work that you can do to supplement that income. I can talk about that when it comes to down payment. Your credit, how do you do it? Your credit, make sure that you are paying. Your Lori Epi, welcome. The House of Tea, welcome. Thank you for coming on, what did they call it? On the panel the other day and giving your input. Now, the what's it called? Down payment, making sure that you are paying using your credit card, low utilization, but at the same time paying it up within the billing cycle so that there's no past due payment. So you can build that credit to 730. 730 is the minimum that we are talking about within the $1 million league. So yeah, so start working towards that. You need that, except you are paying cash to buy your property. Okay. The third thing, education. Now, the education, it is the very, very the most important. So, good job. You know that you're 745 when it comes to FICO, maybe you are looking at this credit camera. It might be, they have different way, it might be lower. So don't even give up. Just keep building it. Get it to 800. You have a better interest rate. So good job. Thank you for sharing that, Silver. That is it. You are on the, so all you are working now on is the down payment. If you are buying for down payment, first time home owner is 3.5%. Okay. First time homeowner investment, you require down 20% of that property. So start looking around. What property do you want to buy? So what will be the 20%? What will be the 3.5%? Okay, if you are buying a house of $250,000, $250,000, that means for FHA you only need about 8,725 thereabouts. With closing costs, it brings you to about, yeah, investment 20%. 20% is what you need, right? But you can, if you have never bought a home, you can use FHA, live there, house hack, right? Buy house hack and move after a year. And then you still enjoy the 3.5%. If you know, those are strategies we're going to be talking about, right? So, but you can save the money. You are working right now, save, take extra work. If you have to drive Uber, do anything legitimate by doing anything to just get that your down payment. You will thank yourself. Your future self will thank yourself. Okay, so that's it. Another way you can take money for 401k, but I always don't want us to do that. You know, except you are already a pro. Okay, so having said that, for the real estate, the third thing. So one is credit, two is down payment, three is education. To help you with the education part, because trust me, because I did not have education. That is why I lost 100,000 in the stock market, right? Buying penny stock, trading, do day trading and options trading. If I'd gotten the right education, maybe even if I'd lost money, maybe not 100,000, right? So that's why I'll be doing a free training when it comes to these real estate, because I went to a proper training whenever I wanted to start real estate, because I got burnt with, with ETFs. I mean, not ETF, with the stock market. So whenever I wanted to move to real estate, I said, I cannot make the same mistake again. I got education. I had to pay for it. And I wasn't saying small money. When will I have the kind of mind, if my wondering, I feel, trust me, I mean, maybe that's why I'm still standing, right? The thing about it, there are some things that are experiences that are going to, those experiences shapes you and it helps you to build wealth. That experience is part of the reason what shaped me, right? But you don't need to make those mistakes right now. You don't need to make the mistake, because some people have made that mistake. That's why some people get mentors and get coaching and people hold their hands so they don't make that mistake. But I made an expensive one. So I don't want you to make that. And that's why I'm hosting a free training. One time, live training, one time for free. Free. You would, it's free, but you need to enroll. Okay? It's free. I know I've said it. It's going to be, it's free. It's good, but you need to be enrolled, right? So you need to register for it, but it's going to cost you $0. It's going to take 2 days. It's going to be April 11th and April the 12th. So mark the date, right? It's me giving back to the society, right? This would cost you 1,000 or more normally, right? If I'm going to do this training either one time, or I will charge people for it ongoing, right? After this training, I'm going to start charging people. So let me know if you want to, I'll put the link, I'll put it I'm going to put it in my bio, okay? You'll find it in my bio. I'm going to put it, or you can also send me a DM and I'll send you the link. I don't know how to put the link. I don't know, who knows how to put, I don't know how to put the link. I would have put the link here. But send me a DM. I will send it to you directly so that you can be because once the class is filled, it's filled, right? I will have limited slot, but once it's full, it's full. I'm not one of those that would say that, okay, one Zoom is this, then I'll go and pay 1,000 or 2,000 to increase the class, even though it's free. No, I'm not doing that. Once I get to the numbers of people, that's it, right? That's it. So send me a message. I know what time of the day. You would see it. It should be in the afternoon. I'm thinking it's going to be 2 p.m. Central Time or Eastern Time. I need to check. I already have it ready. I need. Yes, I'm okay. Send me a message. Any other person, send me a message. Anybody wants to learn about it, put one in the comments section. Real estate is one thing. It pays you in 4 ways. It pays you cash flow is number one. What is cash flow? you buy a house, 200,000 house, you use bank to finance that house. Okay, great. So all of you, once you get out of here, put a DM, send me a message, right? But I would also put the link in the bio, okay? So you will find it there later. But send me a DM, then you will be the first set of people that would register. Just so you know, I put it there and everybody rushes it. And my good people that have been here, you hear it first, you don't get it. That's it. Okay. Thank you so much for the follow. Awesome. So you buy a property, okay, using the bank's money, 200,000 from the bank, and then you use the tenant $2,000, 1% rule, to pay every single month, right? To pay back the mortgage. How much is, let's say the mortgage is 150, the tenant pays you 2,000, 1% rule, right? That's a rule. That's part of the things you'll be learning. The difference, which is $500, that is what you're going to be paying. I mean, that's what is cash flow, which is free money for you. The other thing is equity. Every time that you use the tenant's money to pay the bank, 1,500, you are reducing your loan in that bank. So it's an equity. And you'll be like, oh, but this is locked. Like, this is really locked. I can't, the money until I sell the property. You don't have to sell the property. You don't. You really don't have to sell the property. All you have to do is, if you need the money, take cash out refinance and, take the money out. The bank is going to give you up to like maybe 65 to 85, depending on the mortgage company, right? You get your money, you can buy the next property. And that's what it's called, the BRR strategy, right? Thank you all for the follow. And put one in the comment section if you want to know the training. If you want to be a part of the training, I want to know the number of people, and send me a DM after this so that I send you the link and you can register so you don't miss out, right? I know I've promised a lot of people this, and a lot of people I'll be talking about it for the next couple of days as well. So, my TikTok community doesn't miss out. I know a lot of people want to know in Instagram already, waiting for it. Okay. So, okay. That's the second way you can cash out refinance and use it for your next deal. That's BR strategy. Do it again. Take the money out. Do it again. Like, that's how wealth is built. Before you know it, just not over leverage, but before you know it, you are using the bank's money to actually, that's what it's called, using the bank's money, right? Leverage to build wealth. With 250,000, you can actually control $1 million. With 250,000, using the 20% down payment rule, you can buy 5 properties. With 500,000, you control $2 million. That's it. That's the beauty of real estate, which you cannot do with ETFs, by the way. Right? Even though some people would say that you can also find a way to leverage, but guess what? The stock market might go down or whatever. So they are always very careful when it comes to the leverage, right? When it comes to the stock market, because that's totally outside of your control. Awesome. So the third is appreciation. Real estate doubles its value every 10 years. With ETF, it doubles its value every 7 years, even with an S&P 500. That's rule of 72. It's not me. Yeah, whatever thing I'm saying, I always say trust but verify. But go and check it yourself. How many years does it take real estate, if you buy it right, how many years does it take to double its value? Typically 10 years, because the average is like 10%, almost 10% every single year, averagely. Everything is about average, okay? So you want to, all of this education is what we are going to be talking about in that class. You don't know how to get down payment, we'll talk about it. Your credit, we'll talk about it. All of those things are the things that we're going to talk about. The different strategies, we're going to be talking about all of that. Appreciation. Now remember, I said buy it right. Buy it right, right? Okay, so it means that you need to buy it right. There's buy it wrong. It means when they say buy it right, it also means that there's buy wrong, right? When there's buy right, it means that there's also buy wrong. If you go and do bidding war, the property is worth 100,000. And then my friend the other day wanted to buy it for 125,000. And my question is, why are you buying for 125,000? And there wasn't any reason. Do you want to buy 25% more than that? Is 25% above the asking price. That's 25% higher than the price of the property. Hell no, it doesn't happen that we here would buy at least 20% below the market value. So those are things that I'm going to be teaching you. These are, beautiful information that, I would typically ongoing, people will pay me for it, right? Because I paid to learn this. you're buying it 20% below the market value. I never buy any property. I tell you, it cannot, the highest I would buy is 85% of the value of the property, meaning that I have 15% equity in that property. And that 85%, that house must be, the only thing I'm doing there is just cleaning. Cleaning. It means that the house is perfect, or I am using it for, maybe an Airbnb. There has to be a need for that particular property. As a matter of fact, I have never bought any property above 85%. The only one that I bought that is 80% below the market value. Every other thing it means that 70%, yeah, something of that nature. 70, 75, the one that I bought, I used it for Airbnb, gave me my money, and it's because it's close to a recreational center. They were bringing something there, and I really did not have anything to, I did not touch anything in that house. I did not even, the only thing I did was sweep, get a cleaner to clean the place. That's it. No painting, no job. So those are the deals right there. Those are the things I'm going to be teaching you. You're in New York, you're in Canada, property is expensive. The strategy you can use, we will talk about that. And then we'll talk about, maybe you've heard friends say that they lost money, tenants issue, tenants is staying staying in their property for 6 months and they are not getting rent. I mean, are we crazy? That's what is happening. Okay. So, and where should you buy? What city? Because some cities or some states enables that, right? So why should you buy in this state? Why should you not buy in this state? Those are the things that we're going to be talking about. So let's keep tapping out the life. Let's tap out the life, and remember to send me a DM so I can send you the link. You'll be the first set to get in, and put one in the comment section as well. If you are going to want to learn about that training. Let's keep tapping out the life. Let's get it to 10,000 today. Let's get it to 10,000, 15,000. We have quite a number. Pike 212, Silver, Ifeanyi, Rufi Jewel, Paco, El Trishi, Rivana, Lazy Mom, Olori Ebi, Mayalistic, Benny, G's. And let's tap out let's share, cross the screen, my forehead, and share as well. Let's do that. Let's keep tapping out the life. Let's keep tapping out the life. Okay. And let's tap out the life. Can we get it to 10,000 so that I tell you the next thing? The next thing. Who wants to know the next thing? Real estate is another place. ETF is one that can help you build wealth. ETF is one. Real estate is the second one. Okay, thank you for the repost, Eltrish. Let's keep tapping out the life. If everybody taps out non-stop like this, let's do it in people's life. I don't know why people always struggle. It doesn't cost you anything. It just costs you your fingers. Because if I can be here talking and sharing my own knowledge at no cost, it doesn't cost you anything. It's just the only reason why I ask this is, it gets more people, right? It gets more people here, and they will come learn. I tell you, I am all about value, right? As many people. So if you want me to achieve my own goal to add value, is for you to also tap out the life. If you can go popular, that would be simply amazing, because it gets here popular, and I will have more people come here, more people learn. Crime reduces because poverty is linked with crime. A lot of people make so much money, but then they don't even know about investing. I had people on the panel the other day, and they were like, Dr. Lina, you're just sharing this information for free. We're just sharing this information for free. This information is, it's life changing, because it changed my life. How do you go popular? So you have to go in I think it's in the basket or something there, but it costs you 1 cent. It costs you 1 cent, right? So it costs you 1 cent. So it's just like the reason, and the only reason is not to reward myself or anything. It's just that when there goes popular, think about it, the same effort I'm using to teach 13 people right now, I can use it to teach 100 people. And 100 people, even if it's just for them to go and start buying ETFs today, know how to open their accounts, like basic information that you think you know right now. A lot of people don't know it. You'll be so surprised. I didn't know about ETF. If I knew about ETF when I lost 100,000, I would maybe I wouldn't have lost 100,000. Maybe, right? Maybe. So people don't even know what ETF is. Exchange traded funds. So let's see if you can just, my forehead on the screen, push it and push it to your community, to people that you know, friends, family, if you love them, even if you don't love them, even if your enemy, right? Even if it's your enemy, you know, the person will turn to God. Because if the person sees 1 million, who doesn't like $1 million? The person would love you by force. That your neighbor that don't, that you don't, you guys don't see eye to eye. This is a gift and it costs you nothing. You're not doing anything. All that you do is press this and you're just tapping out the life and the go populars. It's down there. You see it right there. It costs you 1 cent and you see go popular. Thank you so much. Thank you for the roses, Paco, yeah. And you won't be able to see, and you think where the roses are, you should also see go popular or maybe under exclusive or something. I don't know. Okay, great. Let's go on. And as we are tapping out the lights, I know we are locked in. The other thing that we can do, after real estate, because I always talk about diversification. As you are doing the ETF and you are putting money, build the capital. Okay, once you get to a certain capital, put it towards real estate. If I too want to thank you for the go popular. Put it towards real estate, right? The money you need down payment of 20% or 10,000 or 3.25. Start putting it every single month in an ETF, okay? It grows at 8 to 12%. Once it grows, you get to that deposit, use it to buy the rental, right? That is diversification. You are still building the money from your income again for the next one. Once you get to the number of properties that you want to buy, then you can, and I'm telling you the strategies, right, I use. Once you get to that, then you can now say that, okay, you know what? I'm building ETF. I have my ETF. You have my 401k, Roth IRA. I have my property. But then I don't want to be too heavy on property. Let me do something else. Okay, you can now start thinking of what else can I diversify? You can do laundromat. You can do vending machine. You can, who says you cannot buy the McDonald's that you like to eat every single afternoon? You can buy franchise. So those are when I'm talking about $1 million league, so be on the lookout for it. It's going to be a paid community, so let us know that. It's not going to be free, it's not going to be, but we're going to be having book clubs. We're going to be review your individual product, your individual portfolio. Thank you so much for the daily admin. You'll be doing, it's going to be a paid community, right? Outside of here, but it's going to be worthwhile because that I can tell you because you're going to put a little small money that is going to help you build 1 million is what I tell you. 1 million. So buy a franchise of McDonald's is 500. It's not 500K. That's not what I say. McDonald's 500K. No, it's not. If it was, I would have bought like 3. I would have bought like 3. Or maybe like 4. I would have owned like 4 right now. I think it's over $2 million. It's over $2 million. Yeah. Yeah, but then it also has requirements and all of that. He has a whole lot of requirements. Just like Chick-fil-A right now. With Chick-fil-A, it's you can't even buy it. You can't buy that one. You need to apply for it, and they need to approve you. So it's not about money. That one is not about money. Yeah. So those are the other things we're going to be talking about in the $1 million league. So if it's something that you want to build wealth for yourself and your generations to come, then you should be on the lookout for it. And you should be a part of that community. We'll be doing boot club, but it's not even everybody that is interested that will get into it. That's the other thing, because you have to be coachable. You can't be saying that, oh, you know what, you are here to, we'll read books. Making money is not a joke. No, it's a serious business. It's serious business. So businesses is the other way that you can build well. One is ETF, real estate. The third is businesses that I just mentioned. Then, the other part of it is tax strategy, which you also get with real estate. You get it with real estate, you get it with businesses. Maybe you'd have heard your friend saying, oh, I bought G-Wagon. Or you see some people say, that G-Wagon. You're wondering, there's something about G-Wagon. Trust me, that G-Wagon, at times they did not pay a dime for it. Like 212, thank you so much for the go popular. They did not pay a dime for it. It's taxes, it's the business that pays for it. People go on vacation. It's not the vacation. The vacation is not, it's a business trip. They call it business trip, and it's tax deductible. So those are tax strategies, things that we would also be talking about in the community, because whatever, all those strategies that they call it the millionaire secret, the not even millionaires, because retirement people with retirement accounts, they don't have to follow this strategy. They will become millionaires, right? If they save and put money, easy way to become a millionaire. But your goal is even multi-million. You want to, build generational wealth. Yes, this, right? Or you don't have age on your on your hand, right? So for instance, people that are already in their 40s, okay, you don't have the time, like somebody that is just in 20s, just simply putting $100 every day, I mean every single month in a Roth IRA, you become a millionaire at retirement at 65. But if you're already in your mid 30s, you're already in your 40s, yeah, you want to join, awesome, you're awesome. I'll put it's going to come, you're going to be joining the real estate training. So we would once we have the real estate, then you will be able to, the community is going to come after. I want to take it one step at a time. The community going, because it's going to be serious business. I'm a doctor of business, so I'm a doctor. There has to be structure and standards, right? It's not going to be play, right? So that's why I say you have to be coachable and you have to be ready, to be, because making money is mindset. It comes with millionaire status. If you cannot see yourself as a millionaire, then there's no point. There's no point, right? Or you feel that millionaires are from another generation or another planet, or you think that is the everybody that become a millionaire, they got it from inheritance. Then there's nothing we can do. Even if everybody in the community makes it, you won't get to that million because your mindset already limits you. If you cannot if you can't perceive it, you cannot achieve it. So perceive it, right? Even nature and God call it. Whenever you put something, Bible says, write the vision, make it plain, right? You have a vision, then you see it starts falling into place. It starts to fall in place. Whenever you wanted to relocate here, you were not just sitting and say, okay, it's going to come, and you never went to the embassy, or you never do whatever, right? You will still be in your country right now. I mean, those are not, for immigrants or whatever that came here, right? So those are the things. So those are really the third strategies. Okay, but understand one thing as I wrap up. Understand something. Salary pays your bills. It pays your bills. But if all you do is to pay bills with your salary, then 45 years you are here. You are still working at 65. You are still working and you will not still get to that financial freedom because you are just working to fund the lifestyle, depreciating lifestyle liability, DLL. That's what you are using your money to do. But if you take that salary and you put some aside, you fund depreciating lifestyle liability, DLL, and you also do ACA, appreciating cash flowing asset. Okay, that's my clue to pick up the school runs, right? Right. If you use it towards appreciating cash flowing asset, right? You take some of it, right? You put it towards that, then you can be able to do ETF, you can do real estate, you can do businesses, you can utilize some tax strategies. Because remember, you can't do those tax strategies just because you are on paycheck. You cannot. Just even G-Wagon, all those things cannot work for you, right? You cannot. You have to have a business, you have to have real estate, you have to be able to, there has to be something for you to enjoy the tax advantages that the multimillionaires and the billionaires, right? That's why, let me give you, everybody knows Elon Musk. Whenever he wanted to buy Twitter, when they said, bring your money, what did they say? He said he doesn't have money, but he said, okay, I'll take the leverage. I'll use my leverage, or use leverage to pay for it. They said, which leverage? He said, okay, my SpaceX or something. But he said he cannot liquidate that to fund this. But what did he do? He used the SpaceX to be like a collateral or whatever. Or he shares in SpaceX to buy Twitter. So now he has Twitter. He still has SpaceX. A middle class, you know what middle class will do? They will sell SpaceX and go and buy Twitter. But guess what? He still has Twitter. He still has SpaceX. He still has Tesla. He has everything. Like him or not, love him or not, the guy is still the richest man. He's still the richest man in the world or whatever. Okay, so salary would only, if he pays bills, then you are doing it the wrong way. That's why you are broke, right? That is why the high earners get broke, right? Lifestyle inflation, not building their wealth the right way, not having wealth strategies, right? Those are things that can keep them broke. But asset is what will buy you freedom. Trust me, wealth is not even Wealth is not the goal. I hope we understand. Whenever I'm talking about the wealth, money is not the goal. The goal is actually freedom, because financial freedom is what buys back your time. Time is what is limited in nature. You cannot, even if you grow old and all of that, you can't go beyond 100 and 120. So if you understand that, if all you do is you do 40 hours of your life at work, and you can't do the things that are important to you, before you know it, 65 is already here. You have not even left the United, in short, you have not left your state. You have been working, taking extra shifts, trading it for money. And then you use that money to go and buy a purse. Does it make sense? Take the money, use it for an asset, and of course, go buy your Louis Vuitton purse. Go use it to buy your MS, buy your Louis Lobotini shoes, whatever, Chanel, anything you want to buy. You can go and use it to buy after. But it doesn't make sense that you work and you do extra shifts, and then when you take the money, $200, you go and use it to buy Gucci. Let's keep tapping out. Like, can we get to 10,000? We'll be wrapping up now in 2 minutes. Let's all power tap, please. Let's power tap. You know, Ifeanyi, Silver, Paco, Rofi, Eltrish, Lazy Mom, Mayalistic. Let's tap out, please. You know, let's tap it out. If you can get to 10,000, great. If you cannot, it's okay. But I know we can all do that. We can all do that. You know, asset is what buys you the freedom that you need. Asset buys you that freedom that you need. Freedom to live life at your own terms. Do things at your own terms. Work because you want to work, not because you want to pay bills. That freedom is key. And that's where we need to have the mindset shift. If you are able to think about it that, okay, this is because a lot of time when they say money is the root of all evil. No, that's not what we are even talking. When I talk about wealth here, wealth is money wealth, time wealth, peace wealth, and health wealth. The fact that people are still working at 65. Some people are at a toxic job, but they cannot leave because they want to pay bills. That's your health wealth that is being impacted right there. It's taking away your time wealth. It's taking away your peace wealth. It's taking away your mental health, which is health wealth. When health fails, every other thing doesn't matter. Every other thing. That's the more reason why you should actually focus on it and ensure that you are doing everything to get your freedom. Buy back your freedom. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's keep tapping out the live. Thank you for those tapping out the live. Thank you for everyone tapping out the live. Let's tap out the live. Thank you so much for tapping out the live. Really appreciate that. So for me, when I started investing in real estate, I realized something that was powerful. Asset creates additional paycheck. Okay? Asset creates additional paycheck. So think about you're earning $10,000 today. If you file 5 properties giving you $2,000, right? Every single month, that is how much? $10,000 that it can replace your time. If your money doubles every 7 years, right? It means that your 100,000 becomes how much? 200,000, right? It means that in every single year you're getting how much? That's how you return. That's how you can actually replace your time. If or just increase your wealth, getting this income from your paycheck, but getting others, getting multiple of that. That's how you build wealth. 2 will always be better than 1. 2 will always be. So 1 income is good. You're earning 500,000. So why can't you make 1 million? 1 million will definitely be more than, you're saying that you're making so much money. I don't really need this. But I know one thing I know for sure is that 500,000 is good. It's good income. But 1 million is better than 500,000. If you're earning 100,000, 100,000, 6 figure is good. But 200,000 is better income. Just the same with 50,000, 100,000 is a better income. So think about it that way. Let's tap out the life. Let's tap out the life as I'm wrapping up. So assets will create additional paycheck. That one is guaranteed. And it doesn't require your person. Working more will not. Working more is taking part of your health. Working more will not give you, because you will keep working and working. That's what you keep doing. You just keep working. You only have done great. Welcome. You only have 24 hours in a day. But guess what? Your property is unlimited. It generates whatever. You only have you only have 24 hours, of which 7 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours you are sleeping. Already 8 hours, you're already working for somebody else. So how much hours do you have left? So there's a limit to what you can do in terms of income just using yourself. But assets can multiply. One asset will give you one income. Another asset will give you. Another asset will give you. So you're replicating yourself multiple times. That's what asset does. Buying, you own more, with asset. All right. If you found this very helpful, comment 1, right? You found it helpful, comment 1. And for everybody that wants to join the real estate training, send me a DM, okay? Send me a DM so you can, okay, great, don't Greg, say 1, awesome. I'm glad you found it very helpful. I am glad that you found it. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. Endeavor to do that on Instagram as well. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. My YouTube community, yes, if you haven't subscribed, do that, and subscribe on my TikTok and Instagram as well. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina across board. And for the real estate training, it's going to be April the 11th and on the 12th. But it's free, but you are going to have to register. Registration is required. It's going to take 2 days, okay? 2 to 3 hours, right, on each day. Okay, so schedule that time, block it out. I'm giving this next weekend for our Easter and everything. Enjoy yourself. But the following week, then we'll do this so that you can already start buying your first rental by summer 2026. If you have everything, you got this education, you already have your down payment, or you are working towards your down payment, you have your credit, once you have this education, you'll be confident to be able to buy your first rental property in 3 months. It's 90 days. 90 days is what I say. 90 days, okay? Everything that you need is going to be provided in that training. But you have to register. Registration is required. It's required. And like I said, once I get to the capacity, so it's limited slots. Once I get to the capacity, done. And I might not get to this training would cost 1,000 or more, because when I did my training, that's how much it costed. It did cost me. And now I'm not just coming with somebody that just knows it on the book. I'm coming with double-digit real estate portfolio, not property managed by myself, right? The good, bad, and the ugly. What you need to be looking out for. How you need to not be the slave to your renter. How you're going to be buying, using other people's money, what strategies that, then we'll be answering question and answer. You'll be able to analyze the deal. So is this a good property? We'll be able to analyze it, because we'll be analyzing. You see, I'll also show you some of the properties that I own as well. Maybe I can see if I can have the before and after, in terms of rehab. I'm trying to see if I can also get some of my contacts, like my contractor, my wholesaler, and all of that, to be in that training. They haven't confirmed yet. I think my wholesaler did confirm. It's not just one, it's a big company. So, but my direct representative there is probably going to be coming to talk about wholesaling, and maybe we'll get 1 or 2 people that have already experienced this journey that will talk about it, so you can also learn. But yeah, but for me, I'm not going to be holding anything back. It's going to be, take it as a $1,000 value that I'm giving you, and it's now dependent on what you now do with it. That's why I said, so that you don't hold the space. If you know you will not be an attendant, please do not register. If you know that you will not be, do not, because like I said, it's going to be limited slot. So once we get to capacity, that's it, done. So send me a DM, okay, so that you be one of the first that you are interested. I know Ifine, I know Silver, and then one other Pump House also said, they put one earlier that they want to be. Send me a DM, so I'll send you direct link, and please register immediately. Do not say, oh, I got the link, Dr. Lina, but I forgot to register. Once it gets to capacity, I can't do anything about it. I cannot. I'm not going to extend it. Say it again. Okay, so we're doing a free training. Remember, I did say that, Yeah, yes, we can. So send me, I'll be putting the link on the bio later, right? But before I put it on the bio, you can already send me a message. Yeah, you send me a message send me a DM. I'll send you the link and register, right? It's going to be on the 11th and on the 12th of April. So you have 2 weeks, do your Easter, then after that, it's registration is required. It's going to be free, right? So send me a message, a DM. I'll send the link to everybody that sends me a DM after this call. I'll send it, and please register immediately. And what I'm saying is, and this is the real estate training, buying your first rental property in 90 days, okay? Even with your 9 to 5, right? If I did it as a vice president of technology, as a lecturer teaching AI cybersecurity, and with a full functioning family, and I manage double-digit real estate portfolio, then you know that I just put it out there. I'm still teaching all of you from time to time, right? Yeah, it means that it is it says done. Yeah. So put it there and share with your friends and family, anyone that you know that you want to help, that you think that, because trust me, and also be on the lookout for the $1 million lead community that is coming. That's going to come after this after that training. I think we'll talk about that after that training. But that's going to be paid. It's going to be a paid community, because we want seriousness, right? If you want to get 1 million, you want to get your first 1 million in 10 years. It takes 45 years working, and people 20 to 65, and people don't even get to that 1 million status. Now we're saying that in 10 years you're going to because we're going to get to $1 million status. If you're interested in that as well, send me a DM, so that whenever the community is ready, rolling it out, you'll be one of those first people. Because like I said, you have to be coachable, you have to be ready. We'll be doing book club, we'll be looking at your portfolio, because different things stand for different people. Yeah, and also I'll be putting out my one-on-one consultation. If you want to, have a one-on-one, you can book a one-on-one consultation. That link would also be there in the bio later. So all of that are coming. I'm interested in the community. And since you are not following me, I can't send another message. Oh, okay. I'll do that, Tammy. I just did. So you should be fine. I just sent a message. You should be fine. Sorry about that. I didn't know that, but I just did. Yeah, just send me. Yeah, awesome. I hope I was able to add value today. Put one in the comment section if I added value. We always do that. One in the comment. Ifeanyi, Paco, Selvi, Tammy, Elrich, Lazy Mom, Mayalistic. Put one. If you found this valuable, put one, and I'm ramping up now. And if you haven't followed subscribe to my, okay, great, awesome, great. If you, Paco said one, okay, great. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. On Instagram, it's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. Consider subscribing. I'm going to be having my video for the week, long form video. It's 4 account system that you need to succeed. So if you want to learn that, that will be out today. So you don't want to miss that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. So Tammy said one. Great. I want to follow you everywhere now. Awesome. Great, Tammy. Great. So I'm glad that the training is finally here. I know a lot of people have been waiting. You'll be able to analyze deals, because we'll be analyzing deals, and all of that in the training. So for you to be able to analyze, this is a good property, is it not? Why is this bad? And all of that. We'll be doing all of those scenarios in those training. And of course, to the point of eviction, with real estate, is either you have a good tenant, or you have what is the outcome, how to handle that. So the good, the bad, and the great, good, bad, and the ugly, everything, we'll talk about that. So you are prepared to know what you need to meet, and you need to be able to handle every situation. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for hanging out with me today. Okay. Thank you so much for all tapping out the like, sharing, for the follow, for the subscribe, and Remember to send me a DM if you want that training. If you want to be a part of that training, send a DM. I will send the link. And please, if you know you cannot be a part of it, it's going to be on the 11th and 12th. Please do not, how do I put it? Do not avoid registering. Share with your friends and family, so that you don't hold people's slot. Okay? Don't hold their slot. So put in the comment, send me a DM after this. Send me a DM and I would send you the link. But I would also put the link in the bio later as well. But you'll be like the first set of people getting it. So you can already confirm your slot for your free training. Okay? All right, guys. And I'll see you later. Ensure your money is working harder than you do. I love you. Be the best. Bye. And my YouTube community, bye.